Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Hey everybody, welcome back into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. It's time to check in with Assumption Parish, and for that, we go to Commander Lonnie Cavaliers with the Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office. Lonnie, thanks for joining us. As we kind of change seasons here, the weather gets a little different. Still a busy week for the Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office.
Busy week.
All right, we'll start off with first aggravated assault with a firearm, and that's Mr. Francis.
Yes, it's going to be Carlos Anthony Francis, 53 of 704 Franklin Street, Napoleonville, was arrested on charges of aggravated assault with a firearm arising from an incident on October 12, 2024 at his residence. Deputies were dispatched to the complaint on October 12, 2024 and made contact with the complainant, who advised that he and one of his employees were performing work at a residence after being contracted by the suspect's wife. At some point, the suspect, who appeared to be intoxicated, became upset with the complainant's work. The suspect, now identified as Carlos Anthony Francis, retrieved the firearm and pointed it at the two workers. At the conclusion of the investigation, deputies secured an arrest warrant for Carlos Anthony Francis. He was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of aggravated assault with a firearm, and he has posted a $75,000 commercial bond.
Yeah, that's, things can escalate like that when there's alcohol involved there too. The next one it involved your ICE unit, and they seem to do a lot of good work with traffic. And tell me about Kiefer Andrew Jones.
Yes, Kiefer Andrew Jones, 32 of 119 Grisafi Lane, Belrose, was arrested on yesterday morning following a traffic stop by the ICE unit on LA 308 near Belrose. A uniformed patrol deputy assigned to the ICE detail observed the vehicle commit a traffic violation and executed a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Kiefer Andrew Jones. The deputy noted assorted drug paraphernalia in plain view inside of the suspect's vehicle. Jones was arrested. The deputy secured a search warrant for the suspect vehicle, and during the search did seize a quantity of suspected synthetic marijuana. Kiefer Andrew Jones was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of possession of cannabinoid synthetic marijuana, obstruction of justice, resisting an officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, speeding, driving on roadway lane for traffic. Kiefer Andrew Jones remains incarcerated pending posting a $30,000 bond.
Yeah, another job well done by your ICE division. Next up is fugitive arrest, and Mr. Chasson and Mr. Williams.
Yes, Marcolin Jude Chasson, 24, and Rashad Anthony Williams, 24, both of the Brobridge area, were arrested after deputies investigated a suspicious person complaint in the 4900 block of LA 308. Deputies were dispatched to the area and encountered a disabled vehicle with occupants, including Marcolin Jude Chasson and Rashad Anthony Williams. Deputies interviewed all three occupants and requested identifying credentials. Rashad Anthony Williams became confrontational and refused to provide identification, and at some point fled on foot. He was quickly apprehended. As the investigation continued, deputies determined that Rashad Anthony Williams was wanted by the Elaine Hunt Correctional Center on a warrant for a probation violation. Additionally, Marcolin Jude Chasson was found to be wanted by the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office on warrants for resisting an officer and improper lane usage. Both Williams and Chasson were arrested. Chasson was booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on fugitive warrants for St. Martin Parish on charges of resisting an officer and improper lane usage. Williams remains incarcerated pending transfer to St. Martin Parish. Rashad Anthony Williams was booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on a warrant from Elaine Hunt Correctional Center on charges of a probation violation. He remains incarcerated in the Assumption Parish Detention Center pending transfer to the Elaine Hunt Correctional Facility.
Yeah, which is over Elaine Hunt. Yeah, that's over in the Baton Rouge area, I guess, in the St. Gabriel area, right?
St. Gabriel, correct.
And, yeah. So next up is an aggravated flight. It's Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes, Aquinas Adarius Rodriguez, 24-513 St. Patrick Street, Donaldsonville, was arrested in connection with the high-speed pursuit on November 4, 2024. On that date, an ICE assigned deputy observed the vehicle commit a traffic violation on Highway 308 and pursued that vehicle into Ascension Parish. The pursuit was eventually halted, and Mr. Rodriguez was taken into custody, and he was booked into the Ascension Parish Jail on charges of aggravated flight from an officer resisting an officer in speeding. He has since been transferred to the custody of Assumption Parish, where he remains incarcerated with his bond set at $17,500.
And we wrap up with another drug charge, and this one for Mr. Nakan.
This is a J.C. Capello Nakan, 45 of 213 West 4th Street, Lot B, Donaldsonville, on charges of failure to appear in court in Assumption Parish. Nakan was previously arrested in Assumption Parish on charges of possession of methamphetamine. As a result of that arrest, Nakan was ordered to appear in court in Assumption Parish on June 3, 2024, and failed to do so. A warrant was issued for her arrest. The Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office arrested J.C. Capello Nakan and transferred her to the custody of the Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office, where she was booked on a charge of failure to appear in court on charges of possession of methamphetamine. She was ordered held without bond, and she is currently being housed in the Lafourche Parish Correctional Complex in Thibodeau.
All right. Should have said Mrs. Miss Nakan. So I appreciate the updates. Thanks so much for all your work in Assumption Parish. That is Lonnie Cavalier of Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office.
Thanks, guys, for having us.
Okay. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.